Thank you so much for your interest in my 16-week ski training program. My name is Greg Louie. I am a physical therapist, and I am also an avid skier. And over my lifetime, I've had the pleasure of working with the recreational skier that skis on the weekends, but I've also worked with the World Cup skier on this World Cup circuit, meaning that I've had experience working with skiers on all levels. When I used to work in the physical therapy clinic, I found that there was a huge gap between rehab and training. By this, I mean, the patient would get to the end of training and they would be ready to start training for getting back to skiing, but insurance would deny them care, meaning that they weren't allowed to come to physical therapy anymore. This was super frustrating for me because they were at a point where they really started to get back to where they wanted to go, but because of the confines of insurance, they couldn't get to where they wanted to go. Well, they had two options. One, they could either go out on their own, or two, they could pay cash services to continue to come see me. Well, cash is great and all, and I love getting paid in that manner. But honestly, I found that the patients, if they had a structured program moving forward, they would be able to get the same results as someone that came in and paid cash. This is why I decided to design a 16-week ski-specific training program to bridge the gaps between rehab and getting back to the ski hill and performing on the ski hill. So the 16-week program is designed for skiers of all ability levels. It's broken into four-week training blocks. The first training block is for the novice who has little to no training experience. The second training block is for the beginner who is just getting back into some form of training. The third training block is for that intermediate individual who has a sense of training, but needs to focus specifically on more ski-specific exercises. And that fourth training block is for someone who regularly trains, but desires to optimize their performance on the ski hill. So whether you've never trained before, you're rehabbing and trying to get back to training, or you're a seasoned gym goer and you desire a more specific focus, this program is specifically designed to help you reduce your risk of injury and improve your performance on the ski hill. So one of the biggest mistakes I see in people's training is that they fail to train in a manner that translates directly to the goals they're trying to achieve. The most basic example of this would be someone that is a sprinter and they're trying to train for a marathon by sprinting. Well, by doing this, you're setting yourself up for failure, because when it comes to running that long distance, and if you've never ran that long distance, you're not going to have the endurance for the body to last that whole time. Basically, what happened is this individual fails to train for the specific demands of the activity they are participating in. The biggest problem usually isn't the lack of intensity of training, but more so it is the specificity of training, like I said, where most people run into issues. By this, I mean the individual does not know that they are training improperly because no one has actually taught them how to train properly in the first place. They waste time going to the gym and doing exercises that are meaningless. And not only are they wasting time, but they're also wasting money. You would think this would be avoided, like working with a personal trainer, but I've seen in this example, the same thing happens with people who pay for personal training. The trainer will have the individual do something that's flashy, maybe seen on Instagram and seems complicated, but functionally it has no benefit for the patient's goals. And at $150 a session, the patient has no clue that they're throwing money away. And it's like stuff like this that really grinds my gears and infuriates me. Like, we need to transform training and make it specific so people are actually getting the results and the money, getting their money's worth. Wouldn't it be ideal if you knew exactly what you needed to do to design a program with the intended purposes so you can stop wasting time and money? Well, that is what my 16-week program will aim to do and aim to teach you. One, you'll learn the basics of exercise design. Two, you'll develop an understanding of the proper training principles to reduce your risk of injury. And lastly, you're going to figure out how to train so you can continue to ski pain-free for a lifetime. So if you're someone that doesn't really take skiing seriously, you lack the time to dedicate to ski training, or you're unmotivated to make a difference, this is definitely not the program for you. However, if you are someone who wants to ski stronger, faster, and with greater confidence, I think you're going to greatly benefit from this program. So if this is you, I want you to go ahead and fill out that order form so you can transform your ski training starting today. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you and working with you.